But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty! No!
Perfect. Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free. Join the Helldivers. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force. See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become a hero.
That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Become a legend.
We kind of need a controller, don't we?
Become a Helldiver.
Try and play a keyboard and mouse for this. No. Alright, let's see here. Am I centered in the inside my spot on the ship? Oh, I like that. Yeah, the head cannon, baby. Alright, so it's a little bit of a late start. I'm going to play for a little bit until Tracy gets in. Because I got to go to the store, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little. Just gonna run around. I'm not going over to the bug mission. Nah, they got it. They got it. They got it. Ooh, I got something here. What do we got? Oh, for the major order. So, I'm curious though. Okay, so I see the planet.
One
bug
shudders
planet.
to envisage what repulsive larvae gestates
What are they
within
about
a
to tell
gloom
us?
as we speak.
Okay. By returning Wezen to the rightful control of Super Earth citizens, the Helldivers have helped secure the future prosperity of our citizens. In addition, they have secured the resources necessary to augment the Democracy Space Station with an exosuit support bay. The bay will be installed immediately. Moving forward, the DSS will provide rapid exosuit replenishment to all super destroyers it shares in orbit with, reducing exosuit stratosome cooling by 35% on the orbited planet. The arsenal of freedom continues to grow more powerful in the arms race against the triumvirate of enemy belligerents. There can be no relent, and with this victory, we take one stride closer to permanent, lasting security. Triumvirate. I think I said that right. Triumvirate of enemy belligerents. I like belligerents. Okay. So, Center of Science astrophysicists on Fenrir 3 have nearly made enough progress to initiate third and final phase of the plan to stop the Meridian Singularity, but further progress into the highly theoretical realm of dark energy manipulation will demand extremely high quantities of E710 with which to experiment. The Gloom proved a deadly but rewarding E710 source in our first scientific expedition. High Command has authorized a second limited foray in order to progress our technology enough to finally stop the Meridian wormhole. Excess E710, if available, may be made available to mercantile interests in support of the common prosperity. Helldivers are advised to anticipate more Gloom-specific terminid strains as encountered during the previous expedition. They are further advised that the enemy has been linked to significantly increased casualty rates. Armed with this knowledge, they can operate accordingly. It is critical that this operation succeeds. The Meridian Singularity cannot be allowed to destroy any more of our citizens' homes. Okay, so that's the major order. Oh, so basically you still have to liberate Neville. And you get the 45 medals. Provide security first. Okay, so they're going into the Gloom. Oh, wait, look at this. Is there a spot there you can select to do your thing in? Do your thing in? No. It's just selectable. Okay, okay. And then that's... Okay. We won't be doing that. This must be Fenrir 3. Yeah, okay. No, I got my sector to patrol. What we got going on here? See, look, the automatons are still like over here. Look, they got all of Martyr Bay and Martal. I gotta run to Marfark so I can do some. No, let's go to Charbel.
This planet calls out to be freed from the robots that enslave it. Choose where you will shatter its shackles.
Let's see, is that going to be... That doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, so that's what I thought the other one was. Okay. So we're gonna... And the other thing is I'm off today, so it's not like I have to do like I have a short window. I mean, technically I could come back from the store. Oh, I've been good. How's it going?
FTL jump successful. Mission preparation aborted.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
Hellpods primed.
Let's see what time was that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got your messages, and gotta just take care of a few things, and then good. All right. So this might be a bit of a boring stream. I'm only basically.
Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
Okay, I'm muted in game, so okay, so. I haven't had anyone come with me to do this before. It's not like I'm gonna do I should have brought the car. No, I work on the weekends, so I'll be working, doing my thing. Like I got like a 9 to 5. White Horse Rider coming through on some level 2 resource grab. He must have hit like the quick match or something, because I'm like, it's not a bummer. That job pays my bills and it's a good job, I mean, not like ducats or anything. Like, I mean, but I like what I do in that regard. There we go. These catch fire and die? Oh my gosh.
Reinforcing.
Let's see here.
Requesting tag pack.
That was pretty quick.
Reloading. Throwing supply.
Let's see. This is.
Tagging map. East.
Let's see
100
what it
meters.
is. Okay, so the bad news is it is a Seif tower or Seif whatever artillery. And it's only bad news because that means we probably don't have a LIDAR station on this map. So we have to search the map like sector by sector. It's integrated.
Package acquired.
Just won't take us too long, but yeah.
Dropping package.
But that doesn't mean there's no good stuff here. It just means it won't be easy to find with the LIDAR. The LIDAR station is the
Package
key.
acquired.
It shows you everything on the map. It's awesome.
Dropping package. Package acquired. Dropping package. Package acquired. Calling down a sentry. I'm on the terminal.
Aye. take a second there too, but
Dropping a
what's
pin.
this?
Northwest. 50 meters.
What's he looking at? Okay, he's going for the big stuff. Okay. Oh, I better go with him.
Requesting orbit.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Dropping a pin. North. 50 meters.
Do we see any yellow lights in the sky right now? Oh, he's hurting. Oh, see, that's what I mean. Okay. So he joined my level 2 mission to do what exactly? Like, why did he join my mission, man? And there's another guy joining too. What is this? Like, it's my fault. I thought I had everything set up, you know, to do my resource run, to just search the map real fast, and the last thing I forgot to do was to turn off my multiplayer flag. So that's on me.
There's something here.
I think I can bounce, and now with that new kick thing, if I bounce, because he's gonna call the damn evac shuttle. I don't want him to do that. I'm looking for stuff like this. You know, I'm searching the wait. Oh, my mic works.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver to combat.
Hey, I'm farming for super credits. In case you guys didn't know, I didn't know I have my multiplayer flag on. I'm sorry. Oh Jesus, you gonna be alright over there?
Peloton outpost scrapped.
So because I don't have the LiDAR station, I am looking for like, it looks like little rectangles. Like here we go.
Tagging map. West.
That's like a
300
little
meters.
building, and you just have to check it and see what it is.
Dropping a pin. West. 100 meters.
Oh shit. That dropship looking kind of nice. I think they did something to the outside.
Reloading. Requesting air support.
Extraction is available. Outpost cleared.
They're out there fighting hard on level 2. But that's the thing about this game that's so awesome. I mean, it's level 2, and you can still go out there and, like, you know, get a challenge. Oh, wait, here we go. Is anybody nearby? 'Cause that's one thing. And let's see.
Sample.
With the sample in there, let's see, it's like a regular common sample. Do they even need them? That's why I don't really worry about double doors on level 2, because there might be super credits in there, but for the most part, you know,
Outpost cleared.
we'll be alright. Alright, what we got here? Here we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. And this might be super credits for sure. Oh, watch out. Sometimes those will ignite, and oh, super credits. See, there we go. So if you get 10 super credits on a map, guaranteed, right? That means you can like put together the maximum number of missions you need to run to get your goal, and then anything on top of that is just knocking off those missions. So if you figure you need 20 missions at 10 credits a mission, and then on one mission you find 50 super credits, you just knocked off a bunch of missions you have to do. That's what I'm asking, what I mean. And it kind of, let's see. Okay.
Dropping a pin.
Let's see, they'll come over here to double door. We got plenty of time. If they, I'm not gonna kick them, because I mean, I don't really have to. But if they stick around next round, I'll just
Extraction is available.
Sending in an eagle.
if they stick around next time, I'll just drop I can't get too close or remove the marker. Anyone coming over there? Anyone? Come on, it's double door. Is it control? I have a double door over here.
Calling in extraction.
Motherfucker.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle invalid.
See that? That's why you kick people. See? But see, it doesn't matter. Even if I kick them, I still can't get the double door open. So, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, I'll check my phone in a minute and reply. I thought I did, but maybe you sent me something else.
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Why did they join my mission? It's level 2. What was the point?
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Oh, I can do that too. Okay, there we go. Look at that.
Requesting sentry.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Requesting air
ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Oh man.
ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
I don't know if I've been over there. But see, you know what? That's one of the ones with like the thing outside. There should be like a yellow flashing light if it's active.
Falcon 1 landing in progress.
That was a base. Yeah, I don't know if I recommend doing this solo. I mean, doing this with a group, unless you're gonna, you know, and it's just like it's like overkill, for real, for real.
Falcon 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Extraction complete. Falcon 1 beginning ascent. Victory was never in doubt.
All right, cool. I will definitely hit you up on Instagram in a little bit. And thanks for checking out the stream for a little while too. Especially on a day like where I'm just kind of like it's easier to record this way, just in case. Like I might see something like out of the ordinary, but probably not on level 2. But you know.
0 friendly fire incidents is the sort of statistical anomaly I welcome.
Oh, so we're like sticking around? Oh. There you go.
Allied destroyer has left
There
squadron.
you go. Thank you very much. Okay. That's all my
The
fault.
galactic
Like, that
war
is
waits for no
totally my fault. I should
Are you
have checked
ready,
that
Helldiver?
before I got started. You know? Because most people aren't, like, gonna stick around and search the map from top to bottom. And I get that. Especially in multiplayer. Like, if I'm playing multiplayer, I'm way more go with the flow. I want to take out all the like. Okay, if I'm playing multiplayer, I do want as much XP as possible. So I want to, you know, take out all the fabricators, and I want to complete all the objectives. Ideally. But like in actuality, man, we might end up getting into one really bad fight, and now we don't have any lives left. So let's just get the main objective done and get out of there. Because if we don't, it'll end up being like 3 people watching one person fight for their lives for, like, you know. So yeah.
Coordinates locked.
Usually someone will be like, I want to clear the whole map. I'm like, okay, cool, let's clear the whole map, and then you go clear the whole map. But not everybody plays like that, and I get that. You kind of want to do as much as possible in the time you have to play too.
Orbit synchronized.
But you know, ideally, man. But I'm going to probably, like, after I do a few of these, because, like, okay, I don't know when the new war bond, the next war bond is coming out. No idea what it is. I don't think I've watched any, like, speculation videos on it or nothing.
Hellpod launch initiated.
But right there to my left. Oh, nice. He dumped on me. Oh, nice. Okay, all right. I made a YouTube video yesterday, man. My aim was so bad in so much of the video. I mean, I edited it, and it wasn't in a way that was favorable to me. I put it like that. Oh wow, no, we can't. I mean, I suppose we could. Let me shoot you guys real quick. Oh, okay.
Sending down equipment package.
All right, what we doing now? Like, that puzzle is weird to me because I get the game mechanic, right? I get that. But could you imagine, like, that being how that actually worked? Like, you know, at like an oil derrick or whatever, like you're over there playing the pipe game, you know, and then like that's why the oil spill was so bad, because someone messed with the pipe game. Like, it's kind of like it makes sense as a game mechanic, but it's oddly terrifying in a way too. Like, wait a minute. They should make a movie where like the good guy has to defuse the final bomb or whatever, and that's what the defusal process looks like.
You have ignited the torches of liberty. Extraction awaits.
Because it's like I get it, but why though? Ooh, there you go. I have really good luck getting these bad boys to spawn when I'm playing by myself. I guess it's like if that does, I guess that makes sense, and I wonder if it's like that because if I have 4 whole Helldivers down here on a map this small, why would I need the tower support? If the whole crew came down with the intent of searching the map from top to bottom, it would take you 10 minutes. Even like, you know what I mean? Because the map is not only less enemies, it's also much smaller. That does make sense. If I want to, need to test that theory. Because I mean, I thought it was a little odd since I've been like intentionally playing on level 2 and intentionally doing it to look for super credits. Like, it's pretty consistent that I'll find one of these bad boys, and they are a huge difference maker in terms of searching the map. But just this last map, did he join me in the initial, or did he join me when the mission started? I can't remember. I think
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
I don't remember now. I have to look. There it is. Another reason why I record this shit. All right. So they were marching. Did they march to that fabricator? Because, and I don't know, stuff changes, but they were saying that the pattern of the patrol is from a fabricator to the edge of the map, and then it just disappear. But I still hear him. I can't see him anymore. But that fabricator's over there. Oh, wait, there they are. Okay, so no. They just walked. Yeah, there they go. And they're going away from me too. I think. No. No, they're coming towards me. They're pretty far though. Oh, not that far. Well, okay, what do we got here? Aravan did the math on the stealth detection reduction, but I don't know exactly. I mean, they're 50 meters away. I forgot how close I can get before they can detect me versus how close I can get with different armor on. But they shouldn't have line of sight. But I believe that all that shit goes out the window once you start blowing their shit up. They just know where you are then. They're like, look, he over there, look, stop playing. Yep, coming in hot.
Outpost destroyed.
And they're going away from me. Oh, there's one more over here too. I'm thinking about making a video about the utility of the smoke grenade thermite combo, but I don't know. I'm sure I'm not the only Helldiver to use smoke grenades like this. That might still work. So you know what I mean? I can't be the only one. I can't be the only Helldiver to do that. I can't be. I don't know that I've seen anyone else do it, but I can't be the only one. Most people don't, like, you know, they just do their thing. But I love the smoke grenade attack because, like, right now, he don't know where I'm at. See, he's like, where the hell did he go? What happened? And he's damaged too. He took damage from that. Like, he's mad. He's upset. He's sparking. And he can't do nothing because I smoked him out. So, you know, he's going to go back in there like, all right, well, fine. And I'm still tracking that one cat. Okay. All right, now there we go. See, I didn't see any of these in that last mission either. No yellow beacons in the sky. Look at that. And so, look at that. That was probably on the map, but you know. For a minute there, like my hell diving group, there were 4 of us. We used to live stream on Monday nights, but like you know, work schedules and stuff change. But like, you know, we still chit chat, you know, from time to time. Well, one of them is my best friend, so you know, we talk all the time or whatever. But you know how that goes. But like, long story short, just after we stopped really being able to get together Monday nights, we were talking about playing the game with no HUD. And Derek was like, yeah, man, I put it on like level 4 difficulty and then just play with no HUD, like nothing. And he's like, when I'm playing with y'all, that's how I'm playing sometimes. That's why, like, y'all will mark stuff on the map and I can't see it, and so on and so forth. And so he was like, you should try it. And I did try it. And he was right. It is a whole different experience. It's fun. It's really fun. But it's one of those things where it's like, to me, once I started playing multiplayer, it wasn't fun anymore. It was just more annoying. Like, you know what? I just made the game more annoying to get a sense of immersion that kind of works alone. But once I'm supposed to have spatial awareness of my coworkers or whatever, and my coworkers in democracy or whatever, it was annoying. I was like, you know, just turn that shit back on. So now I have it where it kind of partially goes away. But the coolest thing about running around with no HUD is you don't rely on the map for hardly anything after a while. You just sort of, you know, find a place to hide and look at your stuff, you know. I missed one, or I didn't pick up what it was. Let's see here. I'm actually going to go way back up here, because that way I can make sure I got all that stuff there. Those are pits of acid, so F that anyway. And I'll just sweep around those 4. There's probably some money here, because the HMG replacements have stuff. And then I'll just come back this way to extract and check this area on my way out. But I probably should have checked my map earlier. But see, also, like, okay, so I don't see how I could do this with like random players who just jumped into a match looking for some Helldivers action. What are you doing? You know what I mean? That's just not fair. Like, it's not fair, you know? So you just don't do it. Because, like, they could go on, like, they might get experience or whatever from taking out those fabricators or whatever, but they could go on to do something more fun. You know what I mean? And experiencing this game after, like, level 25, like, just doesn't really matter, I don't think. Like, I think level 25 is the last barrier to anything. After that, there's nothing you can't unlock, utilize, or whatever in the game, to my knowledge. It's impossible to stay at level 25 and gain access to those things, I would figure, because, you know, you're going to get experience completing missions and whatnot. But technically at level 25, there's no more barrier. I think you have to be like level 25 to get certain stratagems to become available. But then after that, it's just about resources. You know, there's no level limit to difficulty. If you put this game on and you were a level 1 Helldiver and you jumped to the highest difficulty they let you jump into, and you just never, you'd unlock higher difficulties. You could be level 10 and be playing on the highest level of difficulty, technically speaking, if you were successful in all those missions. And that is definitely a thing you can possibly do, because I watched a ton of videos. They're like, dude, Helldivers is you know, a challenge, but it's not impossible. And I'm like, they got a mission level called impossible. You know. But yeah, that's one of the cool things about the game. It does a lot. For it to be sort of like in its genre, third-person shooter, aliens, whatever, you know, all that stuff. For it to be like very much in the shooter genre, it still has a lot of versatility in terms of the multiplayer, even the live action stuff. Like, not live action, live, whatever the shit is called, live something, live service. You know, like, just, I remembered, like, and it's why I don't go back. I can't, like, there's all this new content for DC Universe Online, but no. I mean, it's free to play too, and I mean, I got Republic Defender there, and I already paid for all of his accoutrements, so like, I mean, I don't have to do nothing but just play the new content, really and truly. But no, because a grind for that is different. Like, to grind missions to get the costume pieces and da-da-da-da. And really, what's weird is it does make you more powerful and whatnot. For the most part, you grind for stuff in this game that doesn't make you more powerful. I mean, you grind for stuff in this game and you may not even really, like, use it. Like, I have every weapon unlocked just because. I don't even use them shits. You know, I have every stratagem unlocked. Like, I mean, it's not even a brag. It's just that that's the game kind of makes itself available in that regard. And the one thing I always hated about being a long-term subscriber to DC Universe Online was, despite the fact that I was paying the same money that everyone else was paying, or maybe more, like, I was still barred from access to certain parts of the content because of, like, skill caps or equipment caps. And, like, I didn't want to grind the cookie cutter standard grind of, you have to put on this armor set and da-da-da-da-da, and like I didn't want to do that, so I couldn't play on the highest level new content for forever, because the way I played, it would take me so long to get the various costume pieces and whatnot, like, and I'm still paying like $15 a month, you know, for like an embarrassingly long amount of time. And it's hard not to feel like you got taken advantage of, because they literally had you paying for content that they put a barrier in front of that you couldn't overcome. Like, you, as the kind of player you were, it didn't even interest you to try, because you were still technically playing the same stuff. Like, MMOs are a different animal than this, and I understand why there was a need for a distinction between this and an MMO, even though they're both massive multiplayer online games or whatever. This ain't that, like by any stretch. And I feel like, for one, oh shit, no, I've been down this road before. There's somebody with a damn emplacement, and I can't quite see them, but they can see me, and their computer aim is there. Oh, see, I got spotted. And that's why we like that stealth armor. See, like, where'd he go? He went over there. All right, so hopefully that's gonna stick. Oh yeah, that's sure was. See, got that smoke. And see, okay, the thing about the thermite is it's wonderful, it's great, but you only get 3 of them. Now that Eagle Smoke, on the other hand, that's infinite, baby. You gotta wait for a longer, you know, recharge or whatever, because it now has to fly back and get more smoke grenades for you. But they take out fabricators. They take out the big new fabricators. They take out, I didn't know this until just the other day, it was on accident. They take out those human mulchers, the side op quest on the up here on the map. They're not main objectives, they're always side objectives, but they take those out too in the same fashion. That's the only destructible thing I can think of. I sincerely doubt they can do much more. I'm trying to think about different objectives where you blow something up like that. Like I would be a little surprised if you could use them. No, because you need a hell bomb for certain things, and that's literal. Because you can use another kind of big explosive and it won't matter. A hell bomb has to be what you use. So wait, is this a different spot? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm waiting on that eagle smoke to come back. 27 seconds, but I still have 3 thermite grenades. I didn't even use them. And that's why I think if you're a thermite player and you fight bots, you might consider running with eagle smoke to bolster your grenade game. And I think it has to be eagle smoke because of the shells. I think there's an orbital smoke barrage and it's delivered differently, and I don't think it blows anything up like that. I think it has to be the eagle smoke. But I can test that theory too, I suppose. You know, and that's also a good thing for level 2. You can kind of run around a little bit. And I don't know. Okay, part of me doesn't like easy mode, but it's retroactive going back to like the 80s. Like they didn't know. They wanted to, well, they probably did know. The idea is to psychologically manipulate you into playing the game more. And I think what we were unclear on is how much damage that would do to us. And I think the answer is a lot. Because I think it's like the root of a lot of toxicity or whatever, you know? And so I'm a big fan of story mode in games. Like what's the whole deal? Like I remember reading the liner notes when games came in a box and thinking, man, the dudes who make Command and Conquer are fucking assholes because of what they had to say about the players in the liner notes, you know, like, and like you hear like all the weird stories of like, yeah, like look up the guys who made like what was it? They moved to Austin. They had this weird game. It was Doom. Like it's some, maybe the original Doom or Mortal Kombat creators or something like that. They had this other game they made. It's some wild stuff. There's some really like early video game development and the personalities kind of inform how we got to now, where studios are massive studios spending buku bucks, and if the game doesn't make the top 10, they fold and everyone has to go find a new job. Like, yeah. That's not even the Wild Wild West. I don't even know what that is. That's just insane. That's insane, you know? So, and that's like the burgeoning biggest entertainment market is this insane volatile thing where you make a ton of money, but you live in like, you work under like sweatshop conditions, and it's, yeah, yeah, it's insane.
How'd you like to taste of freedom?
But then every once in a while you'll get, you know, something a little bit different, and it's lightning in a bottle. And over the last year, Helldivers has proven to be lightning in a bottle because Sony had a bunch of live service games they were all set for, and they were based on some serious IPs, which is what when I read about that, I was really like, oh wow, it's serious, because we heard about the one game that was the original IP, the live service game that came out and was out for like 2 weeks, and it had a spot in an Amazon show, and it was, I can't think of the name of it now, it came and gone. But in the middle of that was also a God of War live service game, a Last of Us live service game. Those are like serious IPs where there's probably a demand for something along those lines. Like, you really have to shit the bed to make people who want money that gun shy. And I think it was how poorly received Rocksteady's Arkham game was. The Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. I still haven't played it. I have a thing where, and Helldivers just barely makes it. Like, I almost couldn't buy Helldivers because I have a personal consumer requirement of character creation. You know, oh, Stream Boo's back. Stream Boo. If I can't make my own, I'm not paying for the game in 2025 going forward. And that's like from like a while back. Like character creation has to be there or I'm out. Now Game Pass gives me a workaround to check out certain games to see what they're all about. But if I can't make my own dude, we're not talking. And Helldivers, it's like, because technically speaking, there's no character creation technically, but you can at least dress your dude up, you know. And so there was that, yeah, you know. But yeah, if I can't make my own dude, I'm not giving you my money. It's as simple as that, you know. And so I get a chance to play certain games again thanks to Game Pass, but yeah, I haven't played any of the new Spider-Man games because that rule is serious. You can't make your own dude in a Spider-Man game. You gotta play as Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I read Spider-Man from like the first 700 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. I had them all. You know, I'm a huge Spider-Man nerd. I haven't played a Spider-Man game in a minute, not since like Shattered Dimensions, because I want to make my own Spider-Man. If it comes right down to it, give me a game where I got like I have been waiting for Marvel's DC Universe Online, and here Marvel Heroes, where that crap was, that Diablo shit, that's not, again, no character creation, no my money. So I waited and waited and waited, and I think I'm waiting forever because like they did the Avengers game and I got that on Stadia for free $99. Or no, I think I did pay for I think I got it because Stadia was such a novel thing and I wanted to support it. So I put my rule on hiatus to buy the Avengers game, and I wasn't disappointed, technically speaking. The Avengers game was a good single player game that had a weird multiplayer requirement. I guess that was the whole live service thing. And yeah, that wasn't, for that to work, they needed something far more like Helldivers in terms of mission types and a broad story that, and vague isn't the right word. It's not that the story in Helldivers is vague. It's pretty specific, but okay. A good example is, not to talk about Helldivers versus Marvel. Those are two different genres as far as storytelling goes. It's not fair. Marvel's a decades of world building too, and it's just, that's not fair. So let's look at it this way: Mass Effect versus Helldivers. The story alone, not the game mechanics, just the story. What's the difference? I always felt like in Mass Effect, the difference is using the Reapers and this like cataclysmic threat that's like hanging over you creates the clock in the game and the impetus to get going and solve the issue, because the worst thing that could ever happen to all of existence is on the way, and so we can't dilly-dally. And that was always, I felt like, was hanging around the neck of the game series, and it's why the ending of part 3, there was no way they were going to make the audience satisfied, because you have been threatening them with the apocalypse since game 1. It was just too big of a plot hook. Like, the Reapers could have been maybe less of a threat, and it could have still been, you know, a threat. It could have been like the fleet of destroyers from the end of the Star Wars movie, where like they, you know, just a bunch of badass ships. Like, I don't know, like it could have been something that was ultimately more manageable, so that the player can just exist in the world and there's bad, and there's good, and there is this, you know, thing we gotta handle, but it's not like the end of all existence hanging over us. I feel like Dragon Age sort of had something similar in terms of there was always the end of the world to contend with. But, you know, let's take our time and have a picnic here. You know, it's like, you ain't gotta do that. And Helldivers doesn't. Yes, the Illuminate are deadly, and the automatons are all the enemies are rough. And us as the main characters are technically not the good guys. Like, we suck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, they cover all those sort of bases. But even if the singularity, you know, I mean, I suppose the singularity hitting Super Earth is technically cataclysmic, but we live all over the galaxy. There's you know, like, there's all kinds of theories about whether or not Super Earth is even there. Like, that isn't the end of the game. The SES, Sentinel of the Stars, and all the other SES ships out there are not all parked at Super Earth. If the singularity hits it, we're still out there, you know, doing our Helldiver thing. And the story will continue. And that's the one thing that Mass Effect and Dragon Age and a lot of the other multiplayer games couldn't exactly deliver on, especially in one game. Like, I think most multiplayer just pause from whatever the story is, or carve out some sort of like time frame that the multiplayer takes place in. But Helldivers 1 doesn't have PvP. That alleviates a lot of that. And 2 just gives you an ongoing struggle that ebbs and flows, where we have successes and failures, and it sort of moves along the galaxy and lets the players navigate what happens next and determine how the outcomes are. Like, it's just, it's a more user-friendly and a more accessible way to involve every single player. Because to me, it's as someone who plays solo in a lot of multiplayer games, it's a different solo experience. So, something on the news.
Kelly with all you need to know. In a giant leap for Super Earth, the Helldivers have successfully entered the Gloom. Initial findings support the theory of Gloom spores as powerful mutagens. The last surviving hero of the First Galactic War has passed away at 103. His final words: "Serving was my life's greatest honor." And the University of Super Earth is adopting a new standardized patriotism test for admissions. Applicants, make sure to stretch your saluting arm. And that is all you need to know.
Well, shit. That was cool. But yeah, that's why that's another reason you can play on level 2. I mean, I could just, you know, chill. I ain't gotta worry about, like, you know, I can't chit chat and keep a single, like, idea going.
Another step closer to a station.
Coordinates locked.
If it's like, you know,
Hellpods prime.
raining bots on level 5 or 6 or 7. But I gotta get back to that too. Stream boom. I'm not gonna buy. See, I feel like he did, because when we landed, he landed right on the objective, which was cool. But then something set him on fire and he died. So I can't tell what that was, because I only have my footage. But yeah, whatever happened, it sucked. But I think he did join during this part. He jumped in right around here. He had to have. And I'm wondering if that changed the randomization in terms of what populates on the
Hellpod launch.
SOS supply pod. Oh. So technically, calling for evac is a stratagem. It's just one of the ones you automatically have, but it's not on your wrist. You can't call for it directly. You can call for resupply. You can call for, what was the other one? SOS.
History will remember
Yeah, he
your
must have
deeds
landed and hit this
day.
thing. And look, would you look at that? Look at that right there.
Objective located.
And there he is.
Dropping a pin.
See, I don't know, man. There might be something to it. There might be something to it. Well, what I've been doing is, since I made the different placeholders for the front of the stream, I just put the date, since I'm using the same placeholder, AM resource run, you know, morning resource run, even though, well, it's late in the morning. It's like a brunch run now. But essentially, I can just check the dates, you know, and over time, maybe I'll slowly, you know, determine if there's a difference. Because the thing about it is, like, I don't want to waste some poor player's time. I mean, who knows? Like, they might be trying to get, like, I'm assuming one or both of those guys hit quick match.
Tactical asset near your location.
And well, one of them may have been low level, but see, the thing about levels, one, don't mean anything, and two, like, if you have a PlayStation, right, and PC, I do not think you can play with one account on both. I don't know. I don't have a PlayStation. I never will have a PlayStation. I pretend that I forget that this is technically a PlayStation game. I've always hated Sony in the video game space because I'm a 90s gamer and they suck. You know, and so I've never been on Team PlayStation. And plus, like, all things aside, truthfully, I've never liked the PlayStation controller. I never did, ever. I was a Sega kid, and the best controller ever is still the Sega Saturn ergonomic controller. And the closest thing to the Sega Saturn ergonomic controller is an Xbox controller. You know? And so that is not based on Sony's behavior as a company. Like, that is like, they just suck. But even if they didn't suck, if I had to choose between an Xbox and a PlayStation in a perfect world, it is literally the controller is what it would be my reasoning for choosing. I don't like the fact that Sony has played so dirty to manipulate the market in such a way that they've taken away my real choice as a consumer, you know? So it is what it is. But over the years, I've had to find out that they've made a ton of games that were like, oh man, that does seem like a good game. I probably would have really loved playing that game, but I'll never play it because it's a Sony PlayStation exclusive. And Helldivers would very much be, I think this might be one of the best games ever. I think Helldivers, even though it doesn't, I don't know if it transcends its genre in that way. If your favorite game is Animal Crossing, I don't know if I can convince you that Helldivers 2 is worth your time. I can't honestly say that, you know, and that's where the best ever has to be. Like, when you say Mario is the best ever, I kind of understand that because you may love you some Halo, but Mario's still fun. That's transcendent. That's transcending its genre. You know, I can't honestly look at you and say, no matter what kind of game you like, you should play some Helldivers. That's some dumb shit. Like, I can't, it's just not true. But pound for pound, action shooter, you know, multiplayer game, man, I think Helldivers is the best game of its kind. Like, and saying that, if it wasn't on PC, I would never know it, because I would never play it. Never in my life will I play on a PlayStation. Even the only way, and this is possible too, that I'll play a PlayStation is if the PlayStation lets me connect my Xbox controller, and that is not impossible. I believe that there is some reason to believe that's a possibility in the near future, because Xbox is like not shy about their admission that the console wars are over, which is so So dumb. There should never have been a console war. Like, oh man, Sony sucks so bad. They should have just made games and pushed each other to make better games, constantly keeping the quality up and the cost down. And instead, they turned their audience into sycophants and made it about a bunch of bullshit other than just making good games. And now video game companies fucking don't sell out and their company closes because you have to make the best game ever in terms of sales or you don't exist. And that is what happens when one of the people in the room turns into a shark, you know, unnecessarily because they're petty. Sony ruined an entire industry. Just ruined it. It's a damn shame. And still, Lightning in a Bottle managed to publish one of the best games ever. I mean, like Final Fantasy and stuff, man, I mean, you can't hate on the games themselves. I wish I could have played Uncharted. I really do. Derek, you know, the one who plays in my group, like, we were roommates back a while back, and he had a PlayStation, and I never played it. It sat there across. I could play whatever I wanted. I could have turned it on whenever I wanted. When I say I never play a PlayStation, I mean that shit. You know, someone gave me their brother's old PlayStation, and I played Final Fantasy Tactics. That was the only game. Oh, and I got a PSP to play Final Fantasy Tactics because I fell in love with Final Fantasy Tactics. But that's it. That's it. I didn't get a PSP. I did. I bought it at a pawn shop. Oh, there you go. Super credits. Okay, how we doing? I've been wandering around
Tagging map.
through the desert, getting high on acid vapors, complaining about Sony. And this is a double door. Maybe we'll have some stuff down here. There we go. But yeah, I didn't like the D-pad on the PlayStation. The little 4-button thing instead of just a D-pad. I always thought that sucked. And Sony had weird rules about what kind of games they would produce back then. Like, games had to be 3D, so like you couldn't get them to make a good Mega Man game for a while. It was all kind of weird stuff back then. Sony was a weird company. They just never got better, you know. They just made that kind of behavior the standard, and that's like, man, that sucks. We suck. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was nice. See, yeah, see, I'm gonna eventually make a video on. Oh, hey, there we go. And see, if I would have just thrown some over there and missed, I mean, they're shooting and stuff, but look how close I got. I mean, he still can't see me good. Oh, wow. Oh, no, bitch. Now I'm level 2. He almost got me, though. But yeah, that smoke, you know, technically, I mean, you saw him lead that rocket at me. He was leading me with that rocket, so he definitely got a beat on me. Oh, there's another one over there. But yeah, I still think that throwing the Eagle Smoke, even if you miss and it doesn't blow up the fabricator, you didn't waste it. They can't see as well. You know, you can decide to do something else. You can throw another Eagle Smoke, or you can use a grenade. Look at that. Now see, there's at least 2 encampments like right at me. And so if I'm not careful, I'll come a little bit closer and I'm dead. They'll shoot me down. But that is probably not going to cut it. Oh, no, that did it. Now that. Now they're looking around. Look at that. You saw him? He tried to shoot the little beacon. I bet he thinks he blew up his own fabricator. He's like, whoops. You're like, damn it, Bill. Okay, that was cool. All right, let's see here. Have I been over here? I'm too close to the exit. I'm gonna go. Wait, no, I think I've already been here too.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
I got some time. I don't have a running timer anymore. I don't know how long I've been on the stream. Oh, see, no, but I still got stuff to do. Looks like I got 2 of them, or at least 1. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's where I'm going.
Extraction is available.
Is it? All right. What did I just pick up? Oh. Flamethrower. Yeah, I see it still. I was hoping there'd be some grenades over here.
Sending down equipment package.
Oh, that we've been there. Where are they coming from? Oh, there they are. Oh, they're running for it too.
Deploying sentry. Sending down sentry.
All right. Eagle smoke. Arc thrower. I think they should stop putting weapons in these things. I mean, or at least put them all. Like I should be able to find all of those weapons, and I'm wondering why I can't. Is it like a thing where they can't do it because of some of those stratagems are inside war bonds and whatnot? Because that's my immediate guess, and I'm not gonna lie, that makes sense. I'm thinking about the arc thrower, the stalwart.
Proceed to extraction when ready.
Technically speaking, you could play the game without having those unlocked. And if they're not unlocked, but oh no, oh shit, this is. Wait a minute, didn't we do? Oh, I didn't blow it up. I just turned it off. Okay, I'm like, what the hell?
Dropping a pin.
Right, yeah. Okay, so. I was thinking about something you can do in the game, but you can do it without doing something else. Dagnabbit. What's over there? What do we got? God, see, this is another one of those situations where, see, if I get too close, that guy's gonna shoot me down. Oh, but I shot him. Oh, you jerk. He called somebody. He called the police on me. Alright, well. See, you're too close to that rock.
Sending down sentry.
Oh, shit. Woo! Dang it, man. These rocket launcher guys are not my friends. They're like the hardest thing on this difficulty, though, boy. I'll tell you that much. I don't think they have any rocket destroyers. They might have one. Like one. Alright, stop playing around. Oh, nice throw.
One outpost destroyed.
Nice throw.
Eagle 1 returning to destroyer for resupply.
Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna start using some of this footage of using smoke blow up fabricators. I'm just gonna have to.
Tagging map.
And I'm like hoping it's not a glitch, but if it is a glitch, no one's talked about it. Or more than likely, it's something that was mentioned way back, because Eagle Smoke has been around, you know. So, oh, look at that. So I'm out of Eagle Smokes. So here we go. Okay. Oh, I think I got him. No. Wait. For real? Okay. There you go.
Outpost cleared.
Alright, I feel like let's go just real quick and just make sure that we check these. Was that me? No, that's just background stuff, right? Nah, I don't think you leave anything burning like that. Some of these planets are just the worst. Like Wezen. Who would wanna? Oh, what's all this? Oh, I must have been here before.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Oh, if that's the case, I've probably been to these. Wait. Let's see. Because I mean, I technically need, you know, a good chunk of super credits. I need at least like what, 700. What do we got up here? Oh, this is like a double door. It is. Yeah. Oh well. Okay, what else we got?
Tagging map.
And it looks like we might be in a recession, you know. And like, I don't know what, like, okay. One thing about comic books, like, before the 80s, at least, and maybe the 80s is sort of where that changed, but comic books in the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, another double door, like, were recession proof, Great Depression proof, or like at least like they thrived during those times where money was tight because they were a inexpensive form of entertainment, you know. When my first comic, the first one I ever bought, now it wasn't brand new, but the cover price on the comic book was 70 cents. It was Moon Knight #4, Fist of Khonshu, and I don't remember what year that was. I feel like the book itself may have been from, I don't know, 84. That seems too early. I bought it and would have been like, say, 91 or 92. At used to be a store called Newberry's. I don't know if it was a chain. It doesn't exist anymore, but they had a little comic book stand on the inside of the Newberry's. And so that was like one of the first places I would go to buy comic books, and this would have been in the early 90s. And yeah, he had like, you know, older comics, and one of his older books was just this Moon Knight #4, and it wasn't worth anything. There was nothing, you know. Fourth issue just happened to be the fourth issue. There wasn't anything in it that was. I remember the art was really cool, and Moon Knight, you know, he looks like now. Oh, that sounds like some fighting about to happen. All right. But I remember the cover price, you know, 70 cents. When I started buying like comic books, like every month is time for a new issue of, you know, Amazing Spider-Man, Spawn. I would buy them from the 7-Eleven down the street from the house. And those books, the new books, were $1.10. Maybe $1.25. I can't remember exactly, but it was like $1.10. And that was like cover price. You know, that's how much it cost. By the time I was buying comic books in the early 2000s, like 2003, 2004, before I would get my job writing about comic books, like comic books were $3, $2.99 on the cover. They had like the price increase was considerable, and the justification for the price increase in that time was the quality of the book itself, and it was a noticeable uptick in quality. Like it wasn't like they would do later with digitization, where they would get rid of all the physical aspects of something and then tell you that it costs more even though you no longer physically own it. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like the scale and the model, the economic model for like buying music was essentially what people were willing to pay. Because the moment you do the math on 99 cents a song, like something ain't right there, you know. And then the fact that you're not paying for any sort of physical production cost. You're only paying for the digital resource, which is technically infinite. Like it's tough to figure out how much stuff should cost under those new markets, and they just never even figured it out. They just figured whatever people will pay is what we'll charge. And we can manipulate people so much that they'll pay damn near anything, so we can never figure out how much they're actually willing to pay, because we're going to make them feel so bad that they'll pay anything just to not feel excluded. Like, you know. It's been tough. I like these sort of gathering on my day off. I can sit around and complain and play the game, because my woman, she loves me, but she can't take all of this complaining all the time. I gotta get it out of my system. Now I turn up and I see the news, and it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. And it feels like it's only gonna get worse, and it's like we're drowning in so much shit. Like, my whole thing is, the only thing I feel like we have to absolutely do is make sure that we can still vote come midterms, because I feel like that's where the real concern ought to be. There are so many people on both sides that are like, look, if you don't like it, come vote, you know, in 2 years. And I'm with that. But they're also working to disenfranchise people in that 2-year time, to where when you go to vote, and let's say you don't have your passport, what you gonna do? The last time I went to Mexico, I didn't need a passport. I've, you know, never been really interested in leaving the country so badly that I thought I need a passport. So I never really thought about it. But I'll tell you right now, if I need to have my passport to vote, I'm gonna have a hard time, because it's already hard to get a passport now, because they're making it harder to get a passport, because they want you to have a passport when you vote. I mean, that's the attempt. It's not in law yet, but the thing about the trying is, when you see the Supreme Court do stuff that you're like, they'll never do that, then they do it, how many times are they gonna show y'all that they are down for the okie doke? So if you hear your local politician talking about new voter laws requiring pay close attention. They're trying to disenfranchise people that don't vote with them, and that's just real.
No Helldivers KIA on that mission.
They tried though.
Cause for celebration.
It is. You know what's weird? Her last name is told to us. Like,
Your fellow Helldivers rage against the enemy's tyranny.
like
Join them.
there's something strange about that
Within
because
the
like
gloom,
this dude,
the Terminids have been enhanced to
Officer
even deadlier
Evia.
predators, but they remain mere quarry for democracy's elite.
on every ship, that's his name. But sometimes he'll have like an eye patch, so it's a different dude, like a different dude with the same name.
Gloom.
You know,
What's
that
on
about?
there?
I can't talk to her right now. Oh, no, there she is.
I give every crew member a half day off on Liberty Day. Some things are sacred, even on the front.
But like she has a name sometimes. I think her name or whatever. Like she's on every ship, right?
I'm hoping to raise my citizenship level by the time I retire. If I
Wait.
ever have kids, I'd want them to be
Wait,
able to
is
purchase
she
a small
also
pet someday.
Evia?
Like a goldfish. Or even a hamster.
Wait a second. Hold on.
01000001
Okay, that Shipmaster England.
01001000. That was the first intercepted bot message. Our analysts think it means kill all humans.
Well, shit. Okay, so what was his name? I could have swore. Are we doing some
The gloom has altered the very
Yeah!
air of the worlds caught in its haze.
Democracy also
Once
Evia?
familiar worlds are now foreign lands, nesting grounds for skittish
And
I earned a few more citizenship points the other day.
service
All it
technician
took was reporting
Evia.
some
That's
unpatriotic
his
talk
kid.
I heard in the barracks. Now there's one
What
less
is
visitor.
going on?
I get one more doctor's visit every year.
It's not that that doesn't make sense. It's just that if I go jump on someone else's ship, that's the same person, Evia, right? That's the same person, literally. But sometimes this dude, despite having the same name, the same voice, the same face, will have an eye patch randomly on, depending on the Helldiver. And it's just okay. There have been theories about cloning being a big part of this, and like apparently like the makers of the game have quote unquote debunked
Ready for another
the fan
mission,
theory.
Helldiver?
But I feel like the satire of it, especially the 1984-esque control of all information, it makes more sense for them to debunk the actual truth, because it's funny that way, you know, because it's kind of obvious that they're cloning if this dude is standing in this spot on every single Star Destroyer and it's the same dude. That's literally how cloning works. And then that's his daughter or relative at some level.
Helldiver.
And what's up with that? Like, they could have randomized these NPCs. I mean, not a great deal, but you know, I mean, okay, I love the marriage of technical limitations and like the various ideas of the storytellers. You know, you probably don't have the bandwidth to make infinite versions of this NPC and also have them say voice lines in different voices.
Helldiver.
That's a lot of
The Super
that's a lot
Destroyer
of
is
like
ready for your next mission.
files, you know. And so it makes sense for this experience to be non-unique for every single Helldiver. It just makes sense. You know, this is the game's menu interface sort of area, you know, and it could be completely unique for every single player, but that's a whole lot of extra game. It would be like my lair or my base or whatever, and I could customize it and so on and so forth. And I mean, whatever, but like that's a lot of game. So they can't do that. So instead, there could be the story explanation that it's clones. That this dude has been cloned like who knows how many times, and that's why there's a version of him on every ship. But how come we're not weirded out when we go on a mission, right? Let's say I go and hit quick match and I join someone else's mission, and then I freaking finish the mission and I come back on their ship. My mind isn't blown that my personnel are on their ship. Like, how are you over there? Like, you know what I mean? Or like, yeah, like they're clones. They gotta be clones. They got. And where's the wind coming from? Is the AC on like super high? Because look at that. I mean, that shit is set to full heroic mode right there. That's some win for your ass. All right. I feel like I can get another one in. I mean, how am I doing here? 330. I think I've gotten maybe 40. That sounds like a lot. That sounds like too many. Maybe 30 super credits so far. And then just kind of farting around. You know it though.
The bots plunder this planet of every last resource.
She
Go
had that presentation.
and reclaim
Oh,
our
that's right. So she's gonna be a little bit later. Okay. Oh, I do know I was gonna maybe see about Devil May Cry 5 because it's on sale for $8. You know how that goes, you know. When you are balling on a budget. It's like, good lord, that's a lot of money is what everything seems to be these days. So I may take advantage of it. And if I do take advantage of Devil May Cry 5, because we watched Devil May Cry on YouTube. The
Well
new
done,
new
Helldivers.
series.
Coordinates locked.
It was good. I
Hellpod
and
Prime.
go with the theme.
Engaging
Never really
orbital
played Devil
thrusters.
May Cry because it was on PlayStation. And like, yeah, my name is Dante. You know, and years and years. Oh, you never heard Devil May Cry, Dante? I'm like, yeah, I heard of it. It's on PlayStation though. You know. Oh well. So I don't think I've even played a little bit of it, and I feel like it wasn't always a PlayStation exclusive, and there were Devil May Cry games on Xbox. Like, I feel like that's a thing that's true. I have to look it up. So because I know I played Metal Gear on Xbox. I played Final Fantasy on Xbox at one point. I played Persona, I want to say, on Xbox at one point. I had to play Front Mission on PC because on that one PlayStation someone gave me, I got Front Mission off of from a rental store, trying to find games to play on it. And Front Mission, I'm not sure which one I got, was like, if you ever played like Shining Force or Final Fantasy Tactics, Front Mission is like that kind of game, but with mechs. And it was really, really fun. I have a Front Mission game on Steam that is not the turn-based RPG, but instead like a third-person shooter. And it's kind of fun with like, I want to play, like, I think somebody else made a Front Mission type, or at least a mech RPG sort of game, and I don't know, the nostalgia didn't get me enough to try and take a peek at it. But yeah, those games were fun. But yeah, I did get a chance to play some games that were at one point exclusive to PlayStation that eventually did get released. So I think I might have had at least the opportunity to play Devil May Cry. But something about the gameplay, I don't recall playing that. Like, you have a pistol and you have your you know, the whole 9 yards or whatever, but like, seriously, like, I've seen gameplay and I just don't remember doing that, if that makes sense. Like, but wait a second, is it right here in front of me? How did I do that? I should be able to see it. It should be like right here. Okay. Is it one of those things? No, I'm just, oh, it is, okay, it was hiding in plain sight. But of course, there's that. Again,
Objective located.
consistently.
Dropping a pin.
So, oh, and this may sound strange, but there is a difference between putting a marker down and putting this square around something down. And especially for the scout armor, because wherever we put our pin, it creates a radar ping, right? So let's say I put a pin, like a little whatever that symbol is, like it's a pin, on something to mark that location. Well, if I'm marking it for others and I get there first, the moment I get there, the pin goes away. But if I put that box around something, it doesn't. And that can be helpful because you might still need to like keep the location marked on the map, you know. And so if I go over here, that box should still stay there even though I'm standing in it. I think it works for evac, and that might just be an evac thing. You know, I might as well go ahead and just oh, that was nice. Good throw. Good throw. And see, they shouldn't be able to come find me because, you know, they can't see through the smoke. Oh, it was just us. We were just talking. Ouch. He almost got me. That explosion on that, Alright, let's do it. I might as well bring down my shield. Alright, equipment package. Oops. Not bad, not bad. Oh yeah. So that patrol is just going to go over there and hang out in the smoke for a while, you know? They shouldn't turn around unless... Oh, they might turn around. Oh yeah, a couple of them are. What are they doing? You gotta practice your tactics when they're not as tough. Oh, got a couple of them to back off, but a lot of them. Woo. Oops. Did we get him? A couple of them still down there. Mad. Extraction is available. Woo. Alright, let's see. Who's shooting at over there? Alright, so what we got here? Let's go down here and get all this stuff. And I think this might be my last one. I'm gonna take a break after. I'm trying to see, like, okay, the thing about the news is it sucks, you know, but, you know, technically speaking, It's information. It's information of things that is going on. There's oftentimes a little too much extra BS in there with it, but it does give you information, right? You know, and you're responsible for figuring out as best you can and try to understand what you're being told as best you can. So you know that if you can do something, you know when you can do it. But sometimes things happen, and for one reason or another, like it doesn't actually get reported. And we're seeing that happening here and there. And sometimes it seems nefarious. Other times it seems like there were just so many things that went on that they couldn't just cover everything, and it fell by the wayside. And it's like it's an impossible triage because everything matters. But I mean, this dude in office right now is going nuts. Like every day is like just a new what the hell, like, you know what I mean? So in order to kind of figure out like if something is like legit, I kind of have my own like a verification system. Like, okay, so I'm looking at my phone and this comes across as information, such and such has happened according to these sources. Okay, that could be true. It could be a thing that happened. I don't know. Let's see if this outlet picks it up as something that happened. What do they say about it? Oh, you see it on the map here? Oh, it was hiding. Okay. You know, and so like that's like the news. It doesn't legitimize it, but it does give you a sense of how important it is, how impactful it is. And that's important because sensationalism is the biggest enemy. And so you might hear something that sounds we all right. You might hear something that sounds like wild. But the truth is it's nuanced, or it could happen and it isn't happening, or something along those lines. And like, you don't want to get excited, you don't want to get scared, you don't want to make a decision that could hurt you because it sounds so bad. So you have to kind of like, you know what I mean? Wait a second and see what's going on. Well, this morning I read that at a meeting, the president mentioned us sending several troops to the Panama Canal, and then this was confirmed by the Secretary of Defense that we had sent troops to secure the Panama Canal from China. That's pretty wild because, as you may or may not be aware, there was a whole thing with these international tariffs, and we called a 90-day pause on all of this for every country except China, and then we doubled down and put like some 100% something, like, you know, more than 100% somehow, because, you know, on China. Like, basically it looks like the Trump administration is trying to find something for their base to latch on to while they make these decisions. So they don't actually have a base that's interested in doing this laundry list of racist things necessarily. So they can't, you know, they can't do everything they're doing without backlash, but they're testing the waters to see if they can do it. I wonder if you guys can hear that. You know, to China, you know, because like that's long been considered universally, you know, our adversaries in one way or another, even though they've been our number one trading partner internationally off and on since Nixon. So, you know, we've lived under a scenario where both things have been true for quite some time. And it seems like, I mean, like, I kind of understand the need for them to be good at this, like the need for this to be intentional, because how terrifying is it if it's not? Like, too terrifying, it's too much. It's too much if we're really looking at a situation where the department, the head, the Secretary of Defense is some, you know, nutsack who was on television for a few years and he doesn't know shit. Like, that's terrifying if that's actually true. I mean, it's actually true. But I'm just saying, like, for people who are true believers in all the extra BS, like, your come to Jesus moment is rough because he really did all that cartoon villain bullshit that you would never imagine someone doing outside of an SNL skit. Like, he's doing and saying those things to the point where when you watch the cold open on Saturday Night Live, it's kind of boring because they can only just do what they actually did. You know what I mean? Like they do the dumb stuff that we thought about hypothetically no one ever doing. You know, like it's amazing. Like, so what do you do then if that's your reality? If, like, that's how bad they are as a huge collection of people you put together? Like, you went and got people who would do whatever you said to tell them to do, and there's no way someone who knows better would agree to do that, right? So the moment anyone who you tap to come work for you agrees to it, you know automatically there's someone who knows less about whatever it is than you do. You know, and like, if we're talking about taking a civics test, like DJ JT is gonna fail those tests, you know? So everyone around him has a less of a grasp on what they have to do, what's needed, than he does. You know? Like, that's how you get all those guys sharing government secrets on Signal chat and stuff like that. Like, he can't find competent people under the conditions by which he wants competent people. Oh wow, look at that. That was some Keystone Cops naked gun shit right there. I shot everywhere but where he was. And I think someone else complained about the crosshair being, like, kind of useless, but hey, I get it. It is. I wouldn't mind going back to old school Doom and not even having a crosshair. You just have to aim center screen and, you know, luck be late in the night. Kinda. I'm trying to thin the herd before I move forward. I don't want to get blindsided. And I'm not sure where they're coming from exactly. So, and I think, oh no, that gun's unabandoned. Alright. Also, like, I'm out of smoke, so. And not out forever, but it's out for now. And the other thing about, I must have overthrew it. The other thing about the Eagle Smoke is that if it helps supplement your grenade situation, because technically speaking, if I use smoke to destroy fabricators and other structures, that saves me from using that thermite in that same scenario, then I am less concerned about all the hulks I might run into on higher difficulty levels. I can take out at least 3 of them. I gotta practice my Hulk fighting, seriously. Alright, am I all done here? Wait, no, let's real quick, let's see what this is. Oh, saw that? Yep, there it is. credits. Alright, I think that should do it. I mean, there's this one up here, but I feel like we went over there.
Dropping a pin.
Well, it's not that far. But, okay. Maybe far? I don't know. But what if it's like super credits, though? That's all you gotta do. You gotta think XP. But yeah, I have to go back. I'm just gonna search YouTube when I get off and see if there's any videos about smoke bombs and about like whether or not the game adjusts the type of objectives available on the map based on party size. We've been here, right? Oh, look at that! Now, okay, so here we go. I'm gonna take a guess, and I'm gonna say that inside this thing is an arc thrower and requisition slips. Arc thrower, requisition slips. Okay, we got a flamethrower, a wrong net. Oh, yeah, silver credits. That was worth it. That was worth it. See what I'm saying? Full clear, looking for diamonds. We would have left it here. We would have left it just because we were lazy. And instead, we went and found something that has actual monetary cash value. Because technically speaking, you know, there's an exchange rate. It goes one way, but hey, there's an exchange rate. And I think I was trying to say this earlier, like to grind for the same kind of thing. Well, one, I do not believe that, and I think they're actually called super credits too in DC Universe Online. They're SC, I want to say, is like at least the initials. It may not be super credits, maybe something similar, but that's the currency in DC Universe Online. I hear you, but I do not see you. Yeah. Uh-oh, you know what though? Give me a second, because that might be something important.
Proceed to extraction when ready.
All right, levels. We got levels. All right, now that's from level 2 right there. Ain't no way. Look, I can hear bad guys too. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I got 20 minutes left too in this mission. There is no way. I'm only going to do this to them because they would turn around immediately and chase me to the drop off no matter what. Like they were way too close. The moment I hit the button for the dust off, they'd have turned around. So I'm just going to kill them now. That's all. That's all. It's expedience. But yeah, they would have just turned heel and raced over and started getting brolic. So you know what? We're in now. Okay.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
But yeah, so I'm got some counterattackers coming from nowhere. Oh, look at you, look at you. They're like, wait up guys. Wait up guys. Oh, see you guys. Woo!
T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
I was waiting to see him drop out. I didn't see anyone drop out of there. They sneakily came down. I'm shooting you in the leg. Oh, you went down from a leg shot. That was cool. I see him. That damn rocket launcher. That rocket launcher, boy. Okay. They should be just chilling now. Yep, but I'm gonna check. I have enough footage, I believe, to do a video on the virtues of taking Eagle Smoke and Thermite as a combo, as a grenade combo. Now, I do have to still do some more high-level play, just test out my loadout. And the thing about that is, on my high-level loadout, I leave Eagle Smoke off of it and replace it with the Quasar Cannon. And I want to try replacing it with, oh, hello. Yeah, man. I want to replace it with the railgun. One of those two. Like, I feel like the Quasar Cannon actually is a little bit better because those gunships, at least at like level 5 and 6, are like I'm able to catch up with them and land a shot on them with the Quasar Cannon. It's powerful enough to take them out typically within a certain range. But I feel like at a higher difficulty, I'm gonna want the increased rate of fire that the railgun provides because of the number of enemies. But also, like, I feel like at that high difficulty, I'm just not gonna. It's not gonna matter. I don't know. I mean, I ever played those high difficulties again, unless something happens, like in terms of like a story or something. Because even the highest difficulty, it's a different ball game with a full squad. You know what I mean? So, like I said before, like the enemies are the same no matter what the difficulty is. If you know how to take them out, it's just more of them. So take that into account. So I came up at least 20 super credits, maybe 30. Now, I didn't do the calculation of how many matches I need to complete in order to get to 1,000 super credits. If I average 10 super credits per match. Well, let's see here.
Lots of enemies
350.
Killed, lots of...
Huh.
Good mission in my book.
What was that before this? Was it 320? That makes sense. Okay. It's kind of slow going, but let's see. I'd like it. I don't know how matches, but they're fun. It's a fun grind.
Welcome aboard, Helldiver.
And I'm still like pulling in the XP. Like I'm a level 108th. Doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter.
Take command of
like,
the
let me show you
galaxy's liberation.
before I log out. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So when you first start the game, you have access to whatever stratagems you have unlocked on the first initial war bond, which I think like you automatically unlock, right? So at one point, one of these, and see, I may not be able to tell now because I have everything unlocked, but one of these, it's something I think like the mech. Let's see here if it shows it still. Okay, all right, okay, there we go. It doesn't say, but if I didn't have it unlocked, it would say the requirement was, maybe it'll show me here because I still have a few of these I haven't gotten yet. Here we go, like one here. Okay, price. Under the price area, it'll say a level cap 2. And that's it, yeah. I gotta and like, the reason I don't worry about this is because look at what those weapons are. I don't use any of them except for like the orbital napalm. And then I got something for the 120 when I use it that reduces the precision or something. Yeah, the fall off, and then one more. Oh yeah, the spread is reduced by 15%. Oh, that works in the 380 too. Okay, that's cool. So, I mean, it increases the damage radius, right? I don't know if I want that. I don't want to, like, because I did a mission where I threw it, and I threw it up and over, and so it didn't actually get the distance. If I had increased the radius of the explosions by 10%, it would have killed me. You know, so. And then, like, this one now. Oh. Now, that would benefit, technically speaking, in a general sense. So I might need to. What do I need? 6 more super rare? I can probably get that. That's not that hard. Not that far off. I got everything except for a few rares. I need like 6 super rares, so I can do that one. And actually a few missions. And then this one. Huh. That's kind of cool. And actually I can really use that. Because basically, if you have like 3 eagles you can throw out, like, you know, after you throw them all out, you have to let the plane go and rearm. But you have an eagle rearm thing you can use to send it to rearm early. And if you do that with this upgrade turned on, it reduces the cooldown. So that's cool. But yeah, I can't show you what it looks like if you aren't level 25 it was. So you had to be level 25 to unlock everything. Okay, well, I am going to stop this and I will catch y'all later.